What's happening, fam? L.A.R movement still moving. Subscriber died trying. You see the thumbnail. Investing in black women. Goldman Sachs is going to invest around 10 billion so they say, in the next 10 years in black women. I think there's another thing to get 100,000 black women certified in tech. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like, here's the thing. Listening to the sister who is part of the, I guess, initiative, uh, she was like, women need affordable housing, um, and at the base of it, basically financial literacy and help with financial literacy, and they brought up, women losing a lot of jobs last year during the pandemic, and the same thing I guess goes for the STEM because the women aren't prepared as we thought they were because they don't go into STEM fields or STEM jobs. And in this space, we already knew that. But the interesting thing to me will be, you know, the financial literacy part because even though sisters do have a financial problem in their position in society as far as making 66 cents to the dollar of white men. The thing about women and men with money is if a man say makes $1 and a woman makes 75 cents, the men in that woman's life usually subsidize her in some way, or shape, or form. So the question is going to be, how many subsidies have these women got over the years? Because even with the affordable housing thing, I've said it before, there's so many single mothers out there who have been in affordable housing for decades and still don't own anything, don't have any property, don't have a dime to their name. There's still mothers out here who've been getting quote unquote child support for years and years, a decade plus, and still don't have anything to their name because of their spending habits. There's still women when they talk about affordable childcare, who've had affordable childcare and who still don't have a dime to their name. And the question is, where did the money go? And a lot of times the money went on beauty products, uh, dining, um, traveling, uh, and ironically, I would say like tech, as in like phones. And sometimes, if you want to be, keep it a buck, sometimes spending money on their children, buying things that their children don't need to pacify them in a sense. But the other thing about the investing is because I think if this idea that sisters have been killing it, and they've been bosses and they've been killing it in the game, and they're entrepreneurs, and they got so many businesses and so educated, and this need of help because of how bad it is, when you know the men are actually more unemployed than the women. But the men, I guess, are looked at as men. We have black men have a way of, I guess, staying afloat better than the women. So the women need investment. That's what it is. They need investment. Now, it's the other interesting thing about this investment thing is intersectionality. See, when people focus on black women in particular, black women don't talk about intersectionality. I'm not gonna see the sister talk. It's about the tech thing is about black women in particular. It's not intersectionality. The investment, black women, not intersectionality. And I think what guys and people look at, and they're gonna look at over time, is uh, sisters are just doing the same thing that everybody else in America does, except black men. Make it about their specific group and use other groups to do it. Same thing with the Black Lives Matter thing. That ties into being fiscally irresponsible, to get that much money, and then it seems like nobody knows where the money's at, or how to handle it or what to do with it, that type of thing. So this needing investment and this fiscal irresponsibility is it always goes hand in hand. And the same thing, like I said about the tech, the needing of jobs. And so obviously you're not killing it as much as you thought, and obviously you're not as responsible with money as you thought. Um, so now we gotta, with this investment and the government, constant investment in all these government programs and grants, and 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 things to get black women in particular, black girls and women to get particular ahead, all these things for black girls and black women to get in a certain position in life. The question is going to add up after a certain amount of time that, you know, is America actually getting a return on invested in black women? And they might wind up learning the lesson that black men had to learn, that you're probably not going to get a return, you know. And it may be just a generational thing where, the past generations weren't, they didn't have as many people who were actually about self-improvement and betterment than maybe the younger generation. Because the talk is good, but the results are not. So do I think they need investment? I mean, I really don't think the sisters need more investment because they got investment from so many different places. But if it takes all of this investment to say, you know what, maybe we shouldn't have been focused particularly on the women, because the these women are normally mothers and their kids are in dire straits, and you've invested in them in particular for years and years and years, because the kids come out not prepared. So, maybe it's the parenting, you know, maybe it's the stress of single parenting. Who knows? Because I think sisters have put themselves in a predicament that uh, they really need help getting out of, and now we're about to see if it works. And plus, there's the whole 10-year thing. So the people that are 20, they're going to be 30. The people that are 30, they're going to be 40. The people that are 40 are going to be 50. And, you know, and I think also a lot of this has to do with being single, and being single women. And when you're left to your own devices, you know, is poverty having to do with just being single and being unmarried? And I think that has a different aspect of it, of it, of this whole situation also, which brings it back to traditionalism. So we about to see, you know. I'm not gonna wait the whole 10 years though. I'm just gonna talk about it now. So like, share, subscribe, or die trying. Peace.